Hey YouTubers, thanks for checking into the video today. Today's lure review is going to be on the Yo-Zuri Crystal 3D Minnow. Alright, this is the floating edition. It's got a length of 4 3/8 of an inch, and that equals to about, say, well, I don't know, about 108 millimeters long. Alright, so it's a style of jerkbait or rip bait. Alright, it's going to dive to about 3 to 7 feet, depending on what sort of line you got. Obviously, being floating, let's call it anything from about surface to about 7 feet. Alright, so where these lures are a little bit special and different to some of the other, like, say, jerkbaits or rip baits that you might have, is that Yo-Zuri have a series of lures that, you know, they call 3D. It's got a lot of, like, cool technologies in it. And this crystal design, I'm going to go through that, and there's some other technologies in this as well, and I'm going to go through that for you as well. Whether or not that'll be a bit of marketing, it's, you know, it's very conceptual, which is awesome. I like it when a company gets out there and releases, you know, some pretty cool technologies instead of just the same old, you know, regular boring stuff that you get out of a jerkbait or rip bait. That's just, you know, plain old lure that's been painted pretty much. Alright, so first of all, the crystal side of it. If I pick up this particular lure for you here, and I grab my little screwdriver pointer, you're going to notice here that it's got this sort of design. On this angle you might be able to see it. So actually I'll show you on this one here. Might be a little bit easier to see here. The crystal design itself means that on the exterior of it, you're not really going to notice. It's very smooth and it's fine, but internally the plastic has been made in a way where it goes into a point. It's almost like, you know, those diamonds, imagine, that have been cut for diamond rings in certain points where light, well, I suppose they claim that light's going to hit it in a certain way that you know, you're going to get a better chance of attracting a fish, really. This particular model's got like a holographic design here. This is called the black gold. All right, and you can see that holographic design through it. It's almost like that watery look that you can sort of see here. So look in this section here, as I move it around, it's almost like that fluid. There we go, fluid sort of like holographic design there. Alright, in this particular model here, they've got like primarily two types of those internal designs. This one here also has that crystal design. They all have, well, in this particular lure anyway, the Crystal 3D Minnow, they all have that crystal design that comes to a point to about the middle there. And supposedly that'll attract the fish to bite about at the middle of the lure there, as light refracts and makes, you know, certain reflections there. Alright, this holographic design internally is more of a scale design. If we can have a look there, you can see it throughout the whole body. It's like smaller scales as opposed to that liquidy sort of look there. Alright, next step, this here is called the redhead. And if we have a closer look on top here, you might be able to see it a little bit easier here. It says Yo-Zuri, and it says F for floating. So with the suspending models, it says S there. So it's just like, I really appreciate that. It's like, you know, they've obviously got their logo on there, and it's got a little bit of information that might be able to help you out when you're really trying to quickly find a lure to suit a certain purpose or a application that you're trying to achieve. So yeah, like things like that are easily identifiable, I should say. Yeah, cool. Next step would be something that I find might be a little bit of a gimmick. Whether or not it works, who knows, but Yo-Zuri have put into these lures technology that they claim, and I'll go through this. It says here, patented 3D prism finish, which is that crystal design there, and then also ultraviolet colors. Now, fish supposedly see certain colors, and they can certainly see ultraviolet colors as well. And on their website, if you check out their website and check out this particular lure, there's a picture of the lure itself and what we see, and then a picture of the ultraviolet version of it as well, and what they claim that fish will see as well. And it's pretty interesting stuff. You know, these pictures obviously they've put up there. Who knows if fish really do see that or not, but you know, it's a fact that fish do see ultraviolet colors as well. So it's something that's quite interesting. So do check it out on their website at Yo-Zuri.com. The thing that I find is, like I said, I feel might be a little bit of a gimmick, is the fact that this section here, it's, see that red bit inside there? They call that piece of technology, it's an insert that they put there that's a weight that they call the ruby red ultraviolet attack point, because they feel that the fish are going to be able to see that because they can see ultraviolet colors, and they're going to want to hit that particular point. I haven't fished it enough to really distinguish if you know, I'm hooking fish onto the middle treble or the rear, but yeah, so I really don't know if that's a gimmick or not, but I can see where the science behind that comes into play, because, well, like I said before, fish do see ultraviolet colors. The other color that they do have for that UV attack point, as they like to call it, is this blue color here. Now, we're having a difficult time seeing it, but like I said, check out their website. They reckon that fish are going to really be able to see, that blue color within there, and they're going to want to hit that particular spot. All right, this lure does feature 2 times treble hooks, as you can see here. I'm really appreciating the fact that straight out of the box that these are really nice, thick, fairly thick anyway. They're not the thickest hooks, but they're thick enough to be able to not change them straight out of the box, and they're also in really nice size as well. These look like number 2s, I reckon, and they're yeah, they're a decent size to not worry about having to replace hooks if you are going to chase those larger species of fish. Now, the next thing about this particular lure as well, we're going to go through the physical aspects of it. I'll probably show you this one here. Now, actually, I'm going to show you this one here. Alright, so first of all, we got like 3D eyes. Moving on to the body itself is completely flat. There is no texture on that at all. It's quite flat here, and then it goes into a sharp bend, a sharp turn, and then into a more of a sort of roundish back. That's obviously very dark here, just like most of your lures, and then into a sharp turn, and it's quite flat on that side, and it's quite skinny here. So there's a flat section here, but it doesn't take a lot, like it's not really thick in that flat section. So it's about here, as opposed to the back where it's a thicker section here, but yeah, flat-sided as well. Got a really nice action, guys. I've been able to use this a fair bit, and I really do like the action of this particular lure. Going through the rattle itself, it's not a silent bait, so if I just zoom out for you, and I'll just show you this. It's got one ball bearing. It's a 1 knocker, and that 1 knocker is that little ball bearing in there that you can see, hence why I chose this color to show you. There it is, moving around there, right there. Alright, so pretty cool sound. It's not obtrusive, it's not too out there, it's not going to scare off fish. It's got massive, like I said before, it's got massive hooks on it. That's a good thing if you are chasing like big fish that you want to really try hold on to. But obviously the bigger the hooks as well, I suppose if fish can detect that, they're not going to bite it in the first place as well. So depending on what style of fishing you're doing, it can be either an advantage or a disadvantage. Guys, I really appreciate you just, oh, by the way, it weighs ½ an ounce. Okay, so about 14 grams. Alright, so it's easily castable. There's no weight transfer system, but it does cast pretty well. Got a great action as well. What else is there to know? That's pretty much about it. So yeah, check them out. Straight out of the box. Loving the hooks. Really good quality hooks straight out of the box. I like their design as well. Whether or not that be a gimmick or something that does truly work. We need more lure companies out there to be more conceptual and start making lures that are not just, you know, a lure with a paint job on it. You know, things like this, like I said, whether or not they work, I reckon, you know, more companies need to be doing things like this, and going into the science side of it and seeing if it is a thing that really does work for fish. Obviously, fish do see ultraviolet colors, and they claim that there are ultraviolet colors within these lures. Yeah, so yeah, check them out. Great action as well. That's the third thing, guys. All right, so hit the like button if you like the review, and if you've got any questions, please comment below. Also subscribe to the channel, guys. I'm going to be doing I'm going to be finishing off actually the rest of my lure reviews in the next month before I go on holidays. So yeah, I really appreciate your time, guys, and yeah, catch you around. Happy fishing. See you later. Bye.